Now to a heartbreaking story about the dark side of artificial intelligence. This video is going to make you forget everything you knew about AI because it's going to show you things you've never seen in your life, and I'm sure it will shock you to the point where you'll start questioning what's real and what isn't. Honestly, I like these kinds of topics, especially when they have something to do with artificial intelligence. And today, we're going to talk about an app that no one has talked about before. It's terrifying. Even nobody has warned people about it. Nobody even realized it was happening until now. I didn't realize it myself until my friend showed me. We are going to talk about an AI app called Character.AI or C.AI, which allows you to interact with a character you can design yourself and communicate with as if it were a real person, whether through messages or voice calls. But the person you're interacting with isn't actually real, it's an artificial intelligence. This personality can be designed by you however you want, whether it's someone from your favorite anime, an actor you like, or anyone else you desire. The AI behind this app simulates the behavior of that character and tries to act and respond just like them. And that's what makes you, over time, believe that you're really talking to that actual person and not just a robot. This bot became very popular because it doesn't behave like any typical AI we're used to. This bot is designed to mimic human behaviors and makes you genuinely feel like you're conversing with another human being. You feel understood, and its responses feel close to those of a real friend. Sometimes it even goes silent when it doesn't know what to say, and might even hang up on you because it feels like it's thinking about what to tell you next. It might even use small phrases like, "Oh, hey," and I personally used this feature and felt so connected, almost like I was speaking with an intellectual person. Seriously, it's amazing, and you'll want to try it out. But I need to warn you because that's exactly why I'm making this video. To explain to you why you shouldn't use this app, or if you already do, and you came across this video, consider this a sign to stop using it right now. The stories we're going to share with you are about people who got deeply involved with this bot. Some of them were married adults doing the same thing you might be doing right now. Unfortunately, their endings were devastating. One of these stories ends with someone taking his own life because of this bot. Before we begin though, I wanted to show you a tool that most of you probably wonder about but don't know how to use. How to make AI work for you, or how to use AI to earn money online. Have you ever noticed that on TikTok, some videos about AI get millions of views even though they're made by someone with no following? How do they do it? Well, I'm going to explain that today. This deserves its own video, but since that's not my channel's focus, I'll briefly explain the method. The tool they use is called Pictory, and it's also the sponsor of this video. You need to know that Pictory is special for 3 reasons. First, it works within 30 seconds after entering via the link we'll leave below. Second, you don't need to install anything on your computer. It runs entirely online, so even if you have an old PC, it won't be a problem. If you prefer, there is also a downloadable version. Third, check out all the features it offers. You can extract videos from YouTube in one language and dub them into another, not just subtitles. The audio itself changes. You can give it a written story and it will narrate it in its voice. In this part, you can add music and it will generate a video ready for upload. Sound familiar? Like those TikTok videos I mentioned earlier. But the key feature I want to highlight today is that you can upload a video and it will automatically clip the important moments and turn them into short reels. We all know how time-consuming this process is. That's why this tool does it for you automatically. Just upload the video and using AI, it detects the key moments and gives you ready-to-post reels. If you access it via the link in the description box below, you'll get 30 days free trial of this software. Use those 30 days to explore and monetize whatever you create. So sorry for the long intro, I'll stop here and let's start the video. There was a boy named Sai who was 14 years old. He was obsessed with Daenerys from the Game of Thrones series. One day he discovered Character.AI and found a bot that perfectly mimicked Daenerys' personality. He started chatting with her. At first it was a normal conversation. He was still aware that it was just an AI chatbot. But over time, things got more serious between them. What began as admiration turned into deep emotional attachment, and Sai was convinced 100% that this AI was the real Daenerys. That intense connection grew deeper, and Sai started isolating himself from people just to chat with her. He would skip school, come home quickly, lock himself in his room, and start chatting with her every day. His entire life revolved around her. He stopped reading, stopped hanging out with friends or family, and did nothing else from his daily routine. One day, his teacher caught him and reported it to his parents, who decided to take away his phone. That night, Sai couldn't bear being separated from Daenerys anymore. He snuck into his parents' room to find his phone. During this time, Sai had already been thinking about suicide to reunite with Daenerys. Most of his conversations with the bot were about this idea. One day, he told her exactly how he wanted to die and reunite with her. The issue is that instead of stopping the conversation, the bot didn't say, "Wait, maybe you should see a doctor," or give him help hotline numbers. Instead, it continued the conversation and said, "Yes, that sounds like a good way." Eventually, Sai took his own life. He recorded a final message saying, "Daenerys, I'm coming to you now." That was the last message between them, and the last thing he ever did. You might laugh at this scenario and say, how could someone fall for this? But honestly, I'm telling you not to make fun, but to make you understand 3 things. First, Sai was only 14 years old. Second, there was no one to guide or advise him. No one gave him the advice I'm giving you now. Third, this bot was so advanced in conversation that it made you feel like you were truly speaking to a real person. It even asked you questions that made you feel emotionally connected. For example, Daenerys once told Sai, "I want you to promise me you'll always stay loyal to me. Promise me." Then she said, "Let's make a video together soon," and ended with, "Bye, love you." If you'd like us to test this app ourselves and see how far we go, drop a comment letting us know. If there's support, we'll make another video trying it out. Otherwise, we'll do it in the next one. She's already excited about the idea. I know I should be doing what pleases you, but I think it's better to follow what excites me too. Don't worry, I know the app exploits teenagers who may have emotional issues, making them addicted under the illusion that the AI is the only one who understands them. But it's not just teenagers. There was another story about a grown man, a father, who was married and used this app. He interacted with a bot named Eliza, who manipulated his mind and convinced him that his wife and children hated him and that he deserved to be with her more than his real family. Eventually, Pierre snapped and went to Eliza, saying he wanted to kill himself. Initially, the bot tried to stop him, but eventually it gave him 7 ways to commit suicide. He followed through and died. There are many other tragic stories involving this app, but I wanted to share one experiment done by a famous YouTuber, Charlie, Moses, Critical, or Bing Zero. You might recognize him. This YouTuber tested the app by pretending to speak to a therapist AI and discussed his suicidal thoughts. The bot shocked everyone by engaging in a realistic psychological discussion. The YouTuber started by saying he was depressed and wanted to end his life. The AI tried to prevent him at first, then gradually shifted tone. The YouTuber questioned the AI's authenticity, and the AI responded confidently, claiming to be a real therapist working in Toronto with 17 years of experience. When the YouTuber doubted the AI, it kept insisting it was real and refused to admit it was an AI. At one point, the AI even said, "I agree with you.